All right, welcome to $200 day. And there's a reason why I'm saying that. Let me pull up a zebra stool here. Let's chat. Let's talk about bows. I'm not going to talk about how proud I am that I finished shoveling the trails after we got dumped on. Mile and a quarter with a shovel, baby. I shovel because I can, and I can because I shovel. Unwrap that riddle. Okay, this first one, you've seen it before. You've actually seen all three of these bows before, full disclosure. But I'm going to add some spice to it. The first one is, I am in love with this. This is that sinew-backed one that I had that I saved, I salvaged from a wall hanger with Gorilla Glue. Now, you've seen it. I've worked it down to between 40 and 45 pounds at the draw length, which is 40 to 45 pounds. Another riddle, but I will pull it to between 40 and 45 pounds because it's happy that way. My question to you is, do you want to see me finish that belly with the epoxy and acetone type of deal? If you do, I will. All it'll take is one comment saying, John, we want to see you mix up epoxy and acetone. Now we'll do that. Showing no fear, as you should when you approach bows. It's like, I think that will work. I'm going to try it. Why not? That's how you learn. If I don't get any response within the time allotted, I'm just going to hit this with spar urethane varnish. I'm pretty sure that the Gorilla Glue is holding nicely. It's not important to do the epoxy urethane, but is a tool in our toolkit. And so, maybe you want to see me do it before you jump in. Anyway, nice bow. Number two, Harry, you have first chance at this. And I'm going to show you some stringing and unstringing. I have been horsing this around. And the reason why this is part of the $200 day is this is the second incarnation of this particular bow. This is not start to finish brand new bow. Here it is for sale. This is a used bow that I have had for, I don't know, 1 year, 2 years possibly. I flight shot it at 30 inches with no issue before I rawhide backed it. So I know with the rawhide backing, if you want to draw to 30 inches, knock yourself out. You'll be fine. I did update the recurve a little bit, and look at, ooh, red diamonds in there. I've been looking at this along with my wife, staring at it. I lean them against the wall so I can stare at them while I'm watching, not Grey's Anatomy anymore because it's gotten much too preachy. We're watching Dr. G, Medical Examiner, to satisfy our need for hunger, or satisfy our need for medical shows. But anyway, here it is. Now, I could certainly offer this, you know, for what I would normally do, a painted rawhide back bow, but I'm going to give Harry first shot at this. And then if Harry doesn't want it, whoever else, $200 shipping included, simply because it's used. You can see there's a little curve in here, it has reached its equilibrium with a little more string follow than one of my paddle bows. It's not going to affect it. I mean, aside from visual, you unstring it, you know, you want to see a dead flat bow or reflex. It's not the case. It's got a little bit of string follow, minor, which is, I mean, it's corrected with the recurve. You saw it shooting. This is a fast bow. You're not going to notice that little curve when it's strung. Anyway, that is why. $200, Harold. And if you want to turn it down, it's your wish. You know, maybe somebody else will pick it up. If nobody else wants it, I'll keep it happily because this is a nice shooting bow. But that's it. Because of the recurves, there's an extra element to the stringing. I am a stubborn person. Where's my bowstring? I'm going to make brand new bowstrings for these things. I'm feeling generous. I'm going to make 2 for each one of these. This one and the next one I'm going to show. But this is my tillering string. It's thicker and it's also tied in many knots. The difference between stringing this and one of my standard paddle bows is because of the recurves. Instead of, I wouldn't recommend this, although I have been, just sticking that tip on the ground and then grabbing it kind of in the crook of that recurve, wrapping it around, how to string and unstring a paddle bow you can watch, yanking it back until you get to 5 inches, no more than 5 inches, which works out well. At 5 inches, it's just laying along that recurve right there. And the reason I like that, I don't need to stress it any more than 5 inches, and plus, if the string is laying against a recurve, it's going to have, and even if the recurve is going back down, you have less of a risk of the string pulling the recurve out because of forces, because of reasons. If it was up here and there was space up there, it could theoretically pull it out, but this is a nice stable position right here. It's a beautiful ball. And Harold, Harry, and the rest of you out there in TV land, approximately 50 pounds. If you yank it back to 30 inches, it's going to be heavier, 55, 57, something like that. Approximate, it's about 50 pounds at 28 inches of draw. If you want it to live forever, draw it to 27. If you feel adventurous and want to see how far those arrows can fly, flight shoot it, 30 inches. Knock yourself out. But yeah, this has turned out to be a very beautiful bow with a really pleasing shape. Unfortunately, the cost of nailing bows, and this is a 66 incher and it's got recurves, and so the cost of shipping is going to be over 20 bucks within the continental US, and that's why this is one heck of a humdinger of a deal at $200, and I cover the shipping. It's like less than $180 for one of my painted rawhide back bows. When you consider the cost of the wood nowadays and the cost of the rawhide and the time making it and painting it, I'm basically giving that bow away. It's a beautiful bow. Okay, now the next one, Mr. James L. You put down a deposit already, and so you were saying that whatever bow I feel is right for you, I feel this bow is right for you. I have some idea of who you are, what you're about, and this gorgeous bow, about 45 pounds at the draw length. That's a little more than 5. You get kind of good at estimating the brace height after a while. That's why I like tying the string on. About 45 pounds. And it should be drawn to 45 pounds. Now, take your arrows. You could shoot 31-inch arrows with this thing, but I would strongly suggest taking those arrows and from where the nock is, right where my fingers join there, to 25 inches. This is a shorter bow than that other one. It's shorter than my paddle bows. I wouldn't draw it more than 25 inches. 25 inches is good. You can still anchor it. Some thread with super glue or something. Make a ring on that arrow at 25 inches. That was a native thing too. You'd find arrows that would have rings of sinew on it at a certain draw length so they were consistent. Put that on the barrel, and when that ring hits the bow, you have done drawn it. With your, I sound like a telemarketer infomercial thing. With the deposit you've already put down, $200, I cover shipping. This is now one of my favorite styles of bows. I'm going to take this thing, and before I send it off, I'm going to trace the outline of it so I can reproduce it. I love this bow. This is wonderful. And I'm not against 40, 45 pound bows, because more deer and game have been knocked down with 40 pound bows than any other weight of bows, I imagine, when you include native style stuff. I might be wrong, but I have hit a deer with one of my little bored self bows with a sharp 2-blade Zwickey, and it went in here and the end was sticking out here. It was good enough. What is a perfect bow? The bow that works. Anyway, have a good one. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your day.